Alright, this next subject is a bit upsetting, but the issue must be addressed. Last week, more than 12,000 people were laid off at TCS, considered to be a safe haven for techies, and thousands have been laid off before that at other companies. Now, to make things worse, American President Donald Trump has urged US tech companies to stop hiring Indians. What is really going on here? Are Indian techies not good enough for Mr. Trump anymore? And back in India, is AI really writing better code than humans? And what really is the future for the Indian tech workforce? Let's talk all about that in our Big Tech Story. First, let's talk about what's happening at home. 12,000 people at TCS have been let go of. However, it's been informed that this will happen in a phased manner. We tried reaching out to TCS for a comment, but they declined our request to speak. However, in an interview, the CEO of TCS, K. Krithivasan, said that AI was not the reason that the company was downscaling. Major reasons are around the structural realignment and identifying areas where they haven't been able to deploy people. However, in terms of outsourcing tech work to American clients, things are changing in that department as well.
Billability going forward will not be based on the volume of resources or the volume of the bench strength. It will be based more on the efficiency, outcome, and the skill alignment of the resources. Hence, companies will have to manage their headcount going forward.
But why now? Why at a time when suddenly AI has been able to make work more efficient? Now, TCS admits that AI has given 20% productivity gains. But to say that AI is not impacting jobs, it seems that the company is being a bit too overcautious with how it handles this storm. But AI or not, techies in India have been under the pump for months now. Take a look at this chart. Every major tech company in India in the past few months has laid off staff, either citing skill gap, future planning, or just restructuring. But none have come out and said that AI is having an impact. And here's the thing. Some of the top minds in tech, people who hire in tech companies, even they have acknowledged AI as a potential threat to jobs, but I guess it's becoming a tough pill to swallow. Even Geoffrey Hinton, the man known as the godfather of AI, believes that AI will displace jobs in the future. And this whole vicious cycle won't end. The more advanced AI gets, the more it will render basic human tasks online moot. Take, for example, the recent introduction of AI agents. These agents are able to automate basic online tasks like searching and booking flight tickets and even writing code. Imagine what tech like this will do for entry-level workers.
So we are expecting by 2028, about 15% of the day-to-day decisions can be made autonomously through agentic AI, which was about 0% in 2024. So you can understand the impact that agentic AI can itself make on the day-to-day work decisions. So therefore, the companies will not directly claim that AI is doing it. But then the lower value or the decision-making that can be repetitive, which does not require a lot of human judgment, those things can be done through AI optimizations. So therefore, the companies are trying to optimize their workforce through these kind of changes.
But that's just one part of the Indian tech story at home. To compound the misery, even Donald Trump doesn't want tech companies to hire Indian talent.
Many of our largest tech companies have reaped the blessings of American freedom while building their factories in China, hiring workers in India, and slashing profits in Ireland. You know that? All the while dismissing and even censoring their fellow citizens right here at home. Under President Trump, those days are over. We need U.S. technology companies to be all in for America. We want you to put America first. You have to do that. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Call it national security or economic patriotism. President Trump is really pushing for Silicon Valley to be more American than ever. But is that really possible? See, there is a reason that almost 1/3 of tech employees in Silicon Valley are of Indian origin. Not only that, Some of the top tech companies have Indian origin bosses. Sundar Pichai of Alphabet and Google, Satya Nadella of Microsoft, and Arvind Krishna of IBM, just to name a few examples. Not only that, there is a reason that Indian techies are in demand in the US. Compared to hiring in the US, wages for Indian techies are almost between 1/10 to 1/5 of what US techies earn, entry to mid-level. Even if you add the bonuses that Indians get, it's still not as much as what US techies are paid.
Now here's the thing, the advantages, let's talk about that. Indians can speak English better than any other talent from any other part of the world, and it's a fact. And the biggest reason is the work culture and ethics that Indians bring to the company. Now, can tech giants really afford to mitigate the rise in the expenses that these changes will bring about? Just like before, by the way, it's easy to say make the iPhone in the US, but not really practical when you consider the economics. Now, I really don't know how serious President Donald Trump is about not wanting, in fact, Indians in the US IT firms. But I am sure that this, to execute, is not going to be very easy.
Yes, there is a lot of noise around this subject, but there are genuine concerns as well. It is estimated that almost 71,000 IT roles have been eliminated in India over the past 2 years. In early 2025, estimates suggest that the IT unemployment rate spiked from 3.9% to 5.7% in Jan 2025. Real numbers could be around 10%. Globally as well, job postings for the IT sector are dropping every year, with software developer postings falling over 70% from Q1 2023 to Q1 2025 globally. While all this may seem gloomy, there is also a silver lining with the advent of new technologies. A World Economic Forum report projects 170 million new jobs globally by 2030, with 92 million jobs displaced, resulting in a net gain of around 78 million. And demand for specialized AI-related profiles is also rising, with companies like Meta and OpenAI offering fat packages to rope in this talent. And closer to home, don't forget the relevance of the Indian IT sector. A NASSCOM and several industry reports estimated that India's IT sector generated over 245 billion in revenue last fiscal. It employs more than 5 million people and accounts for nearly 8% of our GDP. See how crucial this is for the Indian economy? So, the engine is strong, but it needs new fuel, powered by new skill sets. It indeed needs to start at the foundational level. The 1 million engineering graduates being produced in India each year need to be equipped with the skill set to handle future tasks.
So right now, it's not the time to panic, but to upgrade your skills. Folks working in tech should really recalibrate their career options and focus more on AI and machine learning technologies. Now, training AI models, prompt engineering, these are the kind of jobs that will crop up in the future, and you definitely need to prepare for them. Yes, I understand that the political winds are shifting. Yes, the layoffs are going to sting a bit, but Indian tech talent has never been just about coding. It's about reinvention. So from Bangalore to Boston, it's time to embrace AI and reskill and then reboot, because this isn't the end of the Indian tech story. It's just the next chapter. Welcome to your weekly dose of AI Gyan from your very own AI guru. Now, I have a question here. When was the last time you actually Googled something?
My job is very demanding and I use Google every day.
I used Google 2 hours back only.
So it was just a couple of hours ago.
Like 3-4 days back for some research work, I had to write an article.
Now, think, did you click on any of the links or did you just ask ChatGPT to get all of the answers for you right there?
Google search, I had to click on multiple links and it was a very tedious task. But with the ChatGPT, it has become a really convenient thing for me to do.
And AI helps me collate every information and give me exactly whatever things are needed.
And AI is much helpful because you get all the information on a single page or a single search. Rather than on a Google, you have to do multiple search.
See, right there, that's what I'm talking about. You weren't even aware of it till I mentioned all of this, because That's the way we are searching today. The way we find stuff on the internet, read, and even trust information is undergoing a seismic shift. And at the center of all of this is AI. So this week, we ask a very bold question. Is Google search really dying, and is AI taking over with all of these browsers coming in the market?
For decades, the formula has been simple. You had a question, you go to Google, type your query and get links to sources. You then pick the best from the top links and get your answers. But now, that's changing. Instead of scrolling through websites, we're asking AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and getting direct curated answers. But here's the thing, Google still dominates the search game, but cracks are showing. Its global market share has dropped below 89% for the first time in recent history. That might still sound like a huge number, but for a company that once touched a 93% market share, this is a warning sign. Why? Because users are skipping the links. Google recently launched an AI overview feature that gives answers and summaries right at the top without showing any links. So no more scrolling and clicking links. Great for users, not so great for the rest of the internet. At the same time, AI native browsers are on the rise, like Perplexity AI, which says it answered over 780 million questions in May 2025 alone. And as of July 2025, OpenAI's ChatGPT registered an estimate 800 million weekly users, many of whom rely on it for search-like queries. It even has a dedicated search mode for online search queries. And Microsoft has rolled out Copilot mode on its browser, Edge, blending traditional browsing with AI assistance. And then there is a deep research angle for these AI models. Think of deep research as a super smart mode that not only searches content for you, but reads, filters, summarizes, and presents complex topics in a way that feels more like talking to an expert than searching the web. You can even convert these long research papers to audio podcasts. Would you do a conventional Google search after all these AI tools? Well, I haven't been. Now let's talk about how this affects the people who publish content on the web. Publishers, bloggers, and even major news outlets globally have seen traffic fall by 60 to 80% in some cases. Because if Google's AI is showing the answer right at the top, why would you visit the site that originally wrote it? Let's break it down. You ask Google, how do I invest in mutual funds? You'll get dozens of links, some paid ads with information, some articles. And you spend time figuring out what is reliable. Now ask an AI tool the same question. Here you get a summarized step-by-step plan, citing resources, comparing options, and sometimes even offering to take the next step for you. All of this without any paid content or ads popping up. This is not just faster, it's personalized. In fact, surveys show that over 70% of users are now using AI tools for at least some of their search needs. Among Gen Z, the number is higher. They're not just searching anymore, they are prompting. They're even chatting with machines to get answers faster and getting work done at the same pace, while Google users are still clicking on multiple links and compiling information. And I hope you understand that this shift isn't about convenience, it's also about money. If people stop visiting websites, SEO or search engine optimization becomes irrelevant. If search clicks dry up, ad revenue drops, and companies like Google and Facebook lose money. Brands, influencers, and even local businesses are being forced to rethink how they can show up online, how they can market their product without Google. Which is why you see most of these brands hopping to Instagram and TikTok. Many are even creating AI-optimized content, working directly with tools like ChatGPT and experimenting with AI-first strategies.
Let's face it, the way we ask answers has changed with all of these AI browsers at our disposal. And by the way, all of these are for free. In the future, we won't just be typing into search boxes. That's not going to happen. We'll be speaking to assistants. We'll delegate these tasks and we'll expect the machines to understand all of the nuances, the context, and maybe even the intent that the user has. Now, this, while search experience will become more like a conversation, just like you see it in Hollywood movies, I think search is not really dying. Maybe Not right now, but definitely it's changing, it's evolving, and it's getting better with AI. And as AI browsers grow smarter, more intuitive, and more human-like, the real question that you need to ask yourself right now, will we be still searching, or will AI be searching for us? Now, these are the Meta Ray-Ban glasses that come loaded with tech. Now, these can click your pictures, record videos, and even stream live videos. But these don't have augmented reality, not just yet. In the future, maybe they will add this feature. And that's why on the show today, we are exploring more about the future of smart glasses. How is mixed reality going to be added to them? And we are discussing all of this with someone who has been building these technologies at Qualcomm, one of the top chipset makers globally. And the next few minutes, by the way, will give you a peek into the future of this tech. So let's dive in. Alex, welcome to the Tech Today show, and thank you so much for giving us your time.
Cyrus, pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So we'll kick things off with the big announcement. What is Qualcomm doing for India right now?
Yeah, so today our concentration is on XR. And what we wanted to do is to provide the capabilities that Qualcomm brings to the table. And it is really allowing us to become a de facto standard for building XR-based devices. So whether they're virtual reality headsets or mixed reality headsets or even augmented reality glasses that are becoming very, very popular today. All of them, almost all of them are based on Qualcomm-based solutions.
How much time do you think that transition will take place, that everybody will have to, don't have to deal with the bulk and get lightweight devices?
So that's actually happening today. There's a lot of work happening in type of partitioning these headsets into two pieces. So for example, you could wear a very, very light headset that kind of interfaces to a more stationary compute device that you have with you. On the AR glasses started out at like 100 grams, 150 grams, and that kind of weighs on your face over during the day. But now, all the designs are targeted with lenses inside them to be under 50 grams, sometimes even 40 grams. And so that allows you to kind of resemble what people wear as regular glasses today. But these glasses are built for comfort. They're built as a lighter pair of glasses that can be smart for you throughout the day. And so similarly, the glasses can see what you see and hear what you hear and can be smart for you throughout the day because it allows you to ask questions and answer for you in a way that you wouldn't have to pull out your phone or do a search or take a picture or point and click and things like that.
Do you believe in a reality where gadgets like a phone or a watch would not be required and everything will be running on one device?
No, I think multi-devices is the key. And let me explain why.
Yeah.
So in order for the agent to be useful throughout the day, it has to be with you all the time. That means it has to go cross devices.
Okay.
And therefore, when you combine a couple of device functionality together, you actually get a lot more usefulness. The next computing platform and smart device will be these glasses. But those glasses, especially AR glasses, are operating at 1 watt and below. Okay, so I have to preserve the usefulness of that device so the battery can last all day. Therefore, I'm going to offload to another computing device that's with me. It could be the watch, it could be the phone. So you can offload to it. It can answer questions because it may have a larger language model sitting on it. It has the modem in there so it can access the cloud. But I need the glasses because it's just sitting there on my face, very familiar form factor. So now I can use 2 or 3 devices to allow me to do exactly what I need throughout the day and ask questions and get answers pretty fast.
In terms of all of the technologies combined, the computation is happening. Do you feel that cloud computing and also the on-device computing, is there going to be a synergy or everything is going to shift to the cloud?
Absolutely a synergy. And let me explain why. Let's say you're on a plane or a place where signals are low. Okay? I need to be able to answer some of those questions, and therefore I will rely on what's on my device to answer it. And I will work with the cloud to try to complement what I have on the device. So for example, on your phone, you have your emails, you have your contacts, you have your location, you have your texts, you have your schedule and calendar. All of those become very useful in in becoming an assistant for that personal user.
Right.
Okay? So the cloud doesn't or may not have that information, but the agent on your device can tell the cloud, this is the data available to me. So when you're giving assistance, make sure it's personalized to the data that's available here.
All right.
Okay? And that's where we come in. We will curate the data. We will make those personal information available. We will orchestrate between the devices to offload the compute and answer questions. And we will handshake with the cloud agent to say, this is available here. Now assist me the best way possible.
We are a price-sensitive market. When you go out to buy a gadget, especially if it's, for example, the Vision Pro, more than $3,000, the consumer kind of thinks, okay, I cannot afford that, but I would want to experience mixed reality.
Yes.
How do you address a challenge like that, especially a tech company like yours?
They're capable of providing lower cost solutions for markets that are more sensitive or higher cost solutions where the affordability can be had. And so we provide multiple tiers of these solutions to all of our OEMs and our software partners across the world.
Can you give us some tea on what is the next big tech coming in terms of future technologies?
I think the world of heavy computing in terms of robotics and how AI can aid in robotics and companion robots or industrial robots or robots in a manufacturing line. Those are big ticket items that Qualcomm is looking at and technology companies are looking at to see how AI can advance in that realm.
I'll confess, I am using ChatGPT for all of my research. I'm using Gemini to create videos, and I am keeping myself updated with all of the latest updates in the AI world. And you also, by the way, need to do that by watching the show. If you have any suggestions or any topic that you want us to talk about on the show, please write to us, and I promise I will do a deep dive on that topic on the show. And if you want to catch more about AI and robotics, Tech Today is right here, and we'll be back next week with more on the show. This is Cyrus signing off. Stay curious and stay informed. Take care.